What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. What I got for your face balls today is a little bit of a different video. It involves this knife that I'm holding right here, but it also involves a group of knives that I posted a video about the other day. Well, actually, it's been a week or so ago. The Willumsen Copenhagen Knives. Now, in that video, I misspoke about a couple of things, and I want to clear that up right now. So first and foremost, in that video, I made the comment that this Asher knife right here, this happens to be the Asher Nomad that I'm holding. I made a comment that this was a USA-made knife, and that was incorrect. This is not a USA-made knife. At the time, when I filmed the Willumsen Copenhagen knife video, I did not have this in my possession at that time. I had heard that these were USA-made knives. I kind of was skeptical based on their price. And then once I actually got it in hand, I could tell that it wasn't a USA-made knife. There is a little bit of confusion on where these are actually coming from. I've heard some people say Taiwan. I've heard others say Hong Kong. I've heard people say China. I've also heard people call this a bug-out clone. It most certainly is not a bug-out clone. It's definitely a bug-out inspired knife. No messing around about that, but it's not a bug-out clone, that's for sure. And the other thing that is guaranteed is that it is not made in the United States. Now, you can buy this knife for like $75 to $80 depending on options. It comes with S35 VN blade steel. It's a great little knife, and I did a little video on it. Okay, now, that was on me. I take full responsibility. I misspoke and said this was a USA-made knife, and it was not, or is not. So, there you go. Okay, now, with the Willumsen Copenhagen Knives, this is their website right here. When I made the video of the Willumsen Copenhagen Knives, I had the entire run of knives. I had 3 different fixed blades and 4 different folders. And when I went looking for pricing on these knives, when I went to make the video, I just searched. I did a Google search for Willumsen Copenhagen Knives, and their website came up as well as Amazon. Now, I went and looked at pricing on both, and I'll just show you here. So you can shop for these knives on Willumsen Copenhagen's website. We'll go to folders here. And so because Mikkel Willumsen is from Denmark, all these prices are in Danish krones. So you can see here, actually, let's go to the shop. So I think it just shows them all. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you can see right here that the Cobra Ace model, this one right here, is 1,359 DKK, which this is for Danish krones. So if we go to the currency converter, this is at today's rates. You can see here 1 Danish krone equals 16 cents. So I type in 1359. That gives us a price of $213.06 for US dollars. Go back here, we look at the chibs. It's 1,119 Danish krones. Price on that one is $175.43. We compare that to the pricing on Amazon. This here is a Cobra Ace. This one's $175.59. When I did my video, I did not see that listed, or they've changed the price on it. But the one that I saw when I did my video was this one right here, because I called the price out in the video at $228.94. But you can see the prices here. $90 for the medium fixed blade, which was the smaller one. That one's $90. Yeah, the larger one up here is $102.06. The Tyrant is $116.76. And you can compare that with prices here. This is 770 or 799 Danish krones for the large fixed blade, which will $799. That's $125.26. Okay, so you can see where I got my prices from. I looked at this website. I used the Amazon prices, which are in most cases lower than what the prices are on this website. And however, it came to my attention after I had posted the video that this place, Chicago Knife Works, also sells the Willumsen Copenhagen Knives. Now, from Chicago Knife Works, you can see here that instead of $175 for the chibs, from if you buy it at the Willumsen website, you can buy it at Chicago Knife Works for $128. And you can buy the Tyron for $105. Compare that to the Tyron on Amazon is $116. Okay, so the biggest price difference here is on Amazon the Red E, which is the small little one that I said was a good fidget toy. That's $95.18 on Amazon. It's $66 at Chicago Knife Works. So I still believe that this is too much for that knife. This should be like a $40 knife. Something like this right here. This is the Civivi Ortis. This is actually under $40, but this particular knife right here, the Willumsen Copenhagen Red E, is $66 from Chicago Knife Works. That's a much easier pill to swallow than the 105 or whatever it was, but still, I still think that this is overpriced, but it's more in line with what the knife is actually worth. But you can see here, $105 for the Tyron. Yeah, you can see all these models. This guy's asking, or this person here is asking for $162.30 for that Tyron. But the other thing that I looked at, I'll just click on this one here. This is the Willumsen Copenhagen brand Amazon page. So that's the seller of this, or brand, or whatever. I don't know exactly how you sell on Amazon, but it says Willumsen Copenhagen brand. Okay. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because I posted, here's the video right here, and the other day, it came to my attention yesterday, and so I came up and looked and started poking around, and I found something that I thought was kind of interesting. So right here, this is my alerts or notifications on YouTube. And right here, you can see 2 comments from Mikkel Willumsen. Now, this would have been the first comment that he posted, and this would be the second. I'm assuming that both of these comments, there were much more to them, just based off the way they were written. But Mr. Willumsen has since deleted them. You can see that this was 2 days ago. I actually saw these for the first time yesterday, so I wasn't able to actually read the comments other than these 2 little captions in my notifications. So in the first one here, he says, "Hey buddy, I don't where you got the prices from, but not from my website." Says it right there, not from my website. Mr. Willumsen, that, sir, is a lie. Full on, because here is your website, and this is where I got the prices from. Now, so I'm going to give him a pass on the English. He's from Denmark. It says, "Hey buddy, I don't where you got prices from, but not from my website," which is incorrect. And then he says, "I hate when retailers raise the prices high that they are. These are limited runs, so yeah, they are a bit more." And like I said, I'm assuming there was more to this. And then the next comment he makes is, he says, "By the way, DCS, which is Daily Carry Solutions from the Pass Around group, had the chibs apart in his review. If you are not careful putting a knife back together that are made from 4 parts like the chibs, the lock bar will not be," and then it gets cut off. I would have loved to have seen both of these entire comments to know exactly what he was saying here. But the problem that I had with the chibs knife had nothing to do with the way it was put back together. It had everything to do with just the construction quality of the knife. the materials that it was made with, and I actually said in the video that it was still fine. I had a small issue with it, but the knife still functioned perfectly well. The only problem that I had with these knives were the prices. That was it. And so Mr. Willumsen was mad about my video, and you guys know that these came to me by way of the Apex Pass Around group. He has now pulled these knives from the group. So in my opinion, it's kind of like, you know, a 6-year-old taking his toys and going home, you know, getting mad and taking his ball home. But whatever. I mean, that's a decision that he had to make, and he made it, and that's fine. That's not the decision that I would have made, but it is what it is. The one thing that I find kind of interesting here, so he brought up the fact that I misspoke about this knife, saying that it was U.S. made. And I most certainly did. I take full responsibility for that. This is not a USA made knife, and I should not have said that. And I don't have any excuses for it other than I didn't do it maliciously. I just did it out of pure ignorance. However, I did a little looking, and then I came across this video right here posted by Buckle Up Prepping. It was posted 9 months ago. And if you look right here in the thumbnail pic, it says the D-Spot, a knife out of Denmark. And then right here in the video description, it says the D-Spot knife by Willumsen Copenhagen Knives is Danish made and one of the few EDC knives coming out of, well, here, we'll just click on it and see exactly what it says.
Hey guys, how's it going? Today
Let's pause that. One of the few knives, EDC knives coming out of Denmark. So I'm curious to know if Willumsen takes the same sort of offense to this because they were not being truthful about where the Willumsen Copenhagen knives come from. These knives 100% come from China, all of the Willumsen Copenhagen knives. Now, Willumsen is from Denmark, but he is having these knives made in China. And so, you know, I just... It strikes me as a little bit of a different situation here. You know, Mr. Willumsen, I find it a little disingenuous that you're not asking for this video to be taken down because apparently he asked for mine to be taken down, or they didn't force me to take it. I want to be very clear here when it comes to the Apex Pass Around group. They asked if I would take the video down. I certainly am not going to do that. I will correct any mistakes that I made, but I will not fawn all over some company just because they sent a bunch of knives for us to take a look at. If they're good, I'm going to tell you they're good. If they're not, I'm going to tell you that. These knives were just fine. Like, I didn't have any problems with the ergonomics or any of that stuff. The only issue that I had with these were the prices. That's it. You know, the aesthetics of some of these knives don't really do it for me, but that's neither here nor there. That part doesn't really matter. In my opinion, I said in my video that when I first unboxed all of these knives, if I fully expected all of them to be under $100 price range. This one right here, the Cobra Ace that has S35 VN blade steel, I figured it was going to be a little bit higher just because it had the best blade steel out of all of them. I never in a million years dreamed that that knife would be listed anywhere for $200 or over $200. I fully expected it to be like an $85 or $90 knife with S35 VN, and I expected the Chibs over here to be a $70 knife, and it's D2, but it's not, and you can't buy them for that kind of price. So, in my opinion, all of these knives are grossly overpriced, no matter where you buy them from. The only one that comes it's starting to get there is the Red E at Chicago Knife Works for $66. That's the best deal out of all of them, and this thing's a fun little fidget toy. It's a cool little knife. it's just not worth $66. Like I said, if it was $40, then great. I think it's a good deal. Just like this knife right here. This one's under $40, and it's coming from China. No issues with that. But that's the level of quality that you're getting here, and it would be fine if the prices were like that, but they're not. The Chibs here is $130 or $128.62. You know, it's just that's about double what that knife should be, in my opinion. And that's the big thing here, is this is my opinion. So if somebody else sees the value in that at $128, great, man, go for it. You know, I'm not stopping you. Like I said, I think it's a fine knife. It's just not worth that to me. So anyway, and I wanted to be clear here. You know, the biggest thing that I think, or the most important thing about doing these videos and stuff, to me, is honesty. So if I'm not honest with you guys about what I'm, you know, reviewing or looking at, that doesn't do any good for anybody. That doesn't, you know, consumers are going to be upset if something is crap and I just said it was great just because somebody sent a free knife or whatever the case may be. But most importantly, that also doesn't help Mr. Willumsen improve his product moving forward. You know, this isn't just about the consumer. This is also about the maker. And, you know, I fully understand the situation here that, you know, Mikkel Willumsen said that these are small batch knives and they're going to be a little bit more expensive. And that's why I'm saying that the Red E here at $66 is borderline okay. It is a fun little fidget toy. But when you're trying to pass off, you know, this knife right here, which is a backlock that has S35VN, and this is the best price that you can find on it, is $164.02. That's insanity. You know, I mean, you can buy a lot of really nice knives for less than this, a lot. And you can buy a lot of really nice American-made knives for this kind of money right here. So, you know, it just is crazy to me. But anyway, I'm not looking to start any drama or anything. I'm just simply putting this out there because I wanted to clear the air on where I was coming from. I wanted to show where I got these prices from. And Mr. Willumsen, when you say that I most certainly did not get the prices off of your website, I don't know whose website this is other than yours. And this is where the prices came from, right here. So just out of curiosity, let's just add one of these to the cart. I'm curious about shipping. Did it add? Oh, the internet's slow or something. Let's see what happens here. I'm guessing these are not free shipping. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it would be 1,509 Danish krones shipped. 1,509. That's $236.57. So if I bought that knife from your website, it would cost me $236.57 for a backlock Chinese-made S35VN knife that is just okay. Like, the knives aren't the problem, the prices are. So anyway, guys, that's what happened. I will not be taking videos down. I will, like I said, I will correct any mistakes that I made, and I most certainly misspoke about this knife right here, and I take full responsibility for that. I screwed up, but the pricing, this is where I got it from, combination of Mikkel Willumsen's own website and Amazon. And I did not look at the Chicago Knife Works. That's my fault as well. I should have done some more digging, but you can get a little bit better pricing. On the one Red E model, the pricing is a significant difference. On the rest of them, it's not a big difference at all. It's a few dollars. But anyway, there you go, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm out.
Hey!